Gentlemen, welcome back to the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup here in beautiful Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My name is Champon Kind.
And I am Psycho Doko, and we are glad you could join us here this afternoon for this fantastic matchup of Finland versus France.
Yes, this is a consolation bout between the two teams that lost earlier today. Finland lost to England in our first bout of the day. And actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead, and I believe we're about to get started on the national anthems. So we're going to go ahead and throw it down to the track.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If I could get everyone to please rise and remove your hats and helmets. Join us for the national anthem of Finland. Please remain standing and join us now for the national anthem of France.
Fantastic, and we are back. Great national anthems there for both teams.
Finland and France.
France getting right into it with their singing, as were Finland.
I think they're the loudest singers of their national anthem. That's nothing to say against anybody else, but seriously, they are just so loud. They project themselves very well. As I was saying, France lost to Canada in the first bout this morning on the Nerd Skate Shop Track 1. Finland lost to England on the SISU Track 2 in the first bout of the day. So these two teams are now playing for consolation and seeding towards the end of the tournament. And we are going to get started here on the track very shortly. We are going to have the hashtag MRDWC Twitter feed running, so if you want to give some shout outs to us, go ahead. We will get started with that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and introduce our teams. For Team Finland, number 00, Mika Kartunen. Number 1, Sven. Number 1111, Antti Peltola. Number 1701, Wesley Crusher. Number 19, Tora Poru. Number 24, Esa Tervonen. Number 303, Oskari Cortetsuo. Number 41, Urpo Kokenen. Number 42, Captain Blockvius. Number 55, Saku Tapojarvi. Number 69, Amo Lasti. Number 88, Laxo. Number 93, Keiski. And number 99, Toivonen.
And rolling out for France today, we have number 0, Gandel Heros. number 00 Mirage, number 087 Sengle Aku, number 101 Dr. Wush, who was recently engaged yesterday, his new fiancée proposing to him after the Team Australia game. Number 11 Scarenex, 1234 John Travoltage, 13 Killian Kroll, 1631 The Cleaner, 17 Spider Bisco, 18 Charlie Cour, 223 Poopa Test, 322 Gatto, 95 Hygienic, and 951 Bernie Noel.
All right, we got just a few moments before we get started here on the track. The Cleaner will be lining up against Keiski for our first jam. Once again, both teams lost in the first, their first bouts of the day. They were both the number 2 teams of their bracket, so they were kind of the underdogs, but here they go. They're going to play for some seeding here in this consolation match, and here we go. There's the whistle. Keiski going to the inside, jumping to the inside, unable to stay in bounds. The Cleaner being a little more patient here, finding that outside hole, once again not being able to stay in bounds on the outside of turn 1. Keiski trying to get through now. The Cleaner to the outside. Good blocks here.
Both sets of blockers definitely came out smashing hard.
Yes.
Very difficult for the jammers to get through, and Finland gets through to get the lead to start us off here.
Yes, Keiski making that initial pass and getting lead jammer for Finland. Took him a couple seconds, but once he got it, he was gone. The Cleaner taking a nasty hit by Captain Blockvius, and he's going to draw the penalty and head to the penalty box. No pass, no penalty for the Cleaner, but he's not the lead jammer, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. 4 points for Keiski and Finland to draw first blood in this bout.
I think early on especially, we're going to see some of that very quick derby, get the quick points, get out of there. With the full 30-minute halves, the teams are trying to make sure that they are able to last the whole time, not getting too fatigued, especially in here on SISU Track 2. It is quite warm today.
Yes, absolutely. It is warm here, and we are going to go to our second jam. It's going to be Wesley Crusher against Sangle Oku. Here they go. Sangle Oku trying to push to the outside. Wesley Crusher, I'm sorry, to the inside. Wesley Crusher to the outside. He draws a penalty on the pivot of France.
That leaves just the 2 blockers out there for France trying to maintain the line. I think that's Candel Heroes and charges through, gets the lead for Finland.
Wesley Crusher beams himself over the track and picks up lead jammer for Finland. That's 2 for 2 so far. Finland on the lead. Sangle Oku taking a hit by number 41 of Finland. Urpo Kokenen has to recycle himself. Now
France now reforming to be able to hold on just for a couple of seconds there, but Wesley Crusher has found his way out. Gets a big 5 points for Finland. Sangle Oku has just made it out for his initial pass.
Yeah, so it looks like Wesley Crusher going to go back into that pack, try to score some more points before calling it off. I know he's aware. Wow, kind of getting hit by his own blocker and taking some air there. He's going to call it off. No points for France. 1 point for Wesley Crusher to cap off the jam with 6 points. 10-0 Finland to start. Let's watch the replay here, Psycho.
Looks like we've got Wesley Crusher just as he burst his way through those blockers.
Yeah.
The duo of blockers there from France.
Okay, so he didn't get beamed to the other side. He actually moved there. I was wrong. Keiski going to go up against Poopa Test for our third jam. Poopa Test has been very good so far throughout the entire tournament. Look at him just shimmying against the pack, able to stay in bounds, pick up lead jammer France.
First time getting the lead jammer for France here in this bout so far, but Poopa Test definitely a jammer to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Keiski able to be about a half-strength length behind him and now gaining speed as Poopa Test is caught in the pack, has to call it off. No points for Keiski, 3 for Poopa Test, getting France on the board in the third jam.
Great work there from Poopa Test, some excellent awareness of exactly where the Finland jammer was, how close before he was able to call that, before he had to call that one off, sorry.
Yes.
So he didn't lose any points.
Charlie Kern and Tapajarvi now on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line here on SISU Track 2. Awaiting our 4th jam of the bout, Finland and France. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Kerr pushing that finish wall forward. 3-on-3, 1 in the box for each team, although now the boxes are empty.
And Team Finland blocker as he came onto the track tried to do a clean sweep, And France, we thought we had a lead, but he's been called for the cuts. So we now have ourselves a roller derby athletics power jam. Oh, no, we don't.
Wait.
We have jammer in. We're going to play some jammer tag.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Charlie Cool went past the point of no return, heading to the penalty box. So now he now has the long skate around.
Yes.
Finland will get in first.
That will be a good, big advantage for Finland. They will have those extra seconds. The pack will go on pause. Should be something around 10 seconds now that Charlie Kerr will have to serve in jammer jail. Tapajärvi now back on the track, and a juke to the inside, going to the outside, try to hit it and split it. That French wall reforming around him, not letting him go. Roller Derby Athletics Power Jam coming to a close.
We do have both jammers now back on track, and we will have this one rolling for the full 2 minutes. We'll have to wait for it to come to its natural conclusion. It's just under 50 seconds left to go, and both jammers getting through for their initial passes.
Yeah, remember, no scoring on that one because they both drew the penalties on their initial pass. I wonder if we're going to see a little bit of defensive jamming here. Pack speeding up in anticipation of those jammers, keeping them about a full half a track length behind them. Now starting to speed up. That is not easy when that pack just speeds up on you. That takes a lot of endurance. Charlie Kerr is through first, finding that hole. Tapajärvi going into that wall, 4 points. Charlie Kerr and France cutting into that lead. Good blocking, but 3 points for Tapajärvi and Finland.
And Charlie Kerr coming back around for another scoring pass. That was excellent work there from the Finland blockers coming in and cleaning house for their jammer to get through.
Charlie Kerr, let's see, no points for Finland on that. 3 points for Charlie Kerr and France. So it's a 3-point game as we approach 24 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Some very exciting action happening here on SISU Track 2, as we have Wesley Crusher for Finland going against the cleaner for France on the Nerd Derby Skate Shot jammer line.
Yes, this will be our 5th jam of the bout. 2 for 2, or I'm sorry, 2 for 1. Finland has lead jammer advantages. Now there's nothing on the last one. And Wesley Crusher hits warp speed and gets lead jammer for Finland again.
The cleaner, though, with a massive apex jump on the inside to get himself free. He is hot on the heels of Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, both these jammers very dangerous. Whoa, one-on-one, taking a nasty hit, but from that pivot of France, that is number 13, Killian Kroos.
And Killian Kroos again attacking Wesley Crusher, throwing him to the inside.
Yes, the cleaner now in front of Killian or Wesley Crusher. And that's, I'm sorry, now he calls it off. So let's see, he was able to get 3 points. 4 points though for the cleaner. So 16-14, 2 points separating these two teams. We're gonna have Sangle Oku and Keiski on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line.
And we'll have both teams starting with a blocker in the bin, the pivot in the bin for Finland.
Yes.
So even packs both ways around. And it is Sangle Oku who finds his way through. We have a jammer taken out.
Yeah.
A jam ref, sorry, taken out, but
Yeah.
he's back up.
Unfortunately, those are the casualties of Derby. And Sangle Oku through the pack. That's his first scoring pass. 4 points. Apex jump. Did he get it in time? Yes, he does. 4-4 on that pass. Sangle Oku not calling it off in time. Finland taking advantage of that situation.
That was a super huge leap from Keiski. And we now only have a 2-point game. And we have ourselves a team timeout to Team France, brought to you by Quad Skate Shop.
Welcome back here to SISU Track 2. We are on a Quad Skate Shop team timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to tell you really quickly about Alberta Sports Connection. The Men's Roller Derby World Cup would like to acknowledge the contributions of Alberta Sports Connection, which helped to make this event possible. On the Nerd Skate Shop Jam line, we have Pupa Test and Esa Tervonen. 2 in the box for Finland, 1 for France. France has an empty penalty box.
And we've got Finland, the 2 blockers starting up on the pivot line.
Pivot line?
Old school derby at its best.
Gotta love it. Pupa Test now inside the pack, trying to hit that French wall. He's gonna have some help from his pivot in front of him. 2 French blockers. No, I'm sorry, 1 is going to the penalty box. And Esa Tervonen taking advantage of that confusion and picking up lead jammer for Finland.
The 2 Finland blockers that were originally out did such a fantastic job of holding Pupa Test. He had to take off his star for a star stash to make his way through.
A little bit of trickery on that play. Esa Tervonen getting through that pack on a scoring pass, calling it off, picking up a fast 4 and adding to that Finland lead. A little bit, slightly, maybe a teensy-weensy more comfortable now at 6 points. 24-18, about 21 minutes remaining.
With the way these roller derby athletics power jams have been rolling, though, it only takes 1 power jam when there's that close a points difference. So it wouldn't be too comfortable out there for Finland right about now.
Yes.
With Charlie Cour hitting the line for Team France. And looks like we've got 1701 Wesley Crusher back on the line for Finland.
He's going up against Charlie Cour of France. And Wesley Crusher does have to recycle himself behind the Nerd Skate Shop Jammer line. Charlie Cour at about the Nerd Skate Shop pivot line. Either jammer completed that initial pass, and it is Wesley Crusher. Wow, he just found that hole, and he was gone.
It was only the slightest of openings, and he flew through it as we now have 3 France blockers on the track with another one. John Travoltage in trouble heading off to the penalty box, and Hygienic with a nice big hit there on Wesley Crusher, but he was called for the penalty and heading to the penalty box as well.
Yeah, so it does slow him down, does get the job done, but does go to the penalty box. So Wesley Crusher now inside the pack, gonna find that inside, stay in by the hair of a toe stops if toe stops had hair. And he will pick up 5 points and a grand slam for Finland, adding to that Finnish lead. And losing his footing there, he's gonna call it off. Let's see if he was able to get anything. Yes, 3 points Finland, give themselves a little more comfort, but 4 points for Charlie Cour, 32-22, 10-point Finland lead. Tying their largest lead of the game. The Cleaner and Kasky now on the Nerd Skate Shop Jam line.
3-2 pack advantage to Finland, but it looks as though we do have a Finland blocker and a France blocker, both standing ready to hit the track.
Yeah, now they're kind of switching position. They're doing a little cross there, and Finland will have lead jammer Kasky getting through first. He's very fast. The Cleaner also making the initial pass, about a half track length between them. Killian Kroos trying to open up a hole for his jammer, but not in time. As Kasky came, he came back into the pack. Gonna confirm. The referee's gonna confirm how many points were scored. No points for France. But our referees like to be right. No points for Finland, so it just takes a little bit of time off that clock. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 9-point lead for Finland now, so their second largest lead of the bout. Math is hard.
It is. We do talky stuff. That's our thing.
Totoporo is going to put on the star for Finland. He's going up against Sangle Oku of France.
And
a lot of defense here to start off.
I believe we may have the referee may have caught a cat track, but he's sent one of the Finland blockers around that is the pivots.
Yes, but a nice dodge to the inside gives Sangle Oku lead jammer, now re-engaging that pack. Turaporo still trying to complete that initial pass.
And Sangle Oku is now making his way back in after copping a massive hit there from Kokkonen.
Very tough there. Sangle Oku getting 5 points and a grand slam for France.
This is excellent work here by the French blockers.
Yes.
Just holding on.
Yes, this French defense very strong. Sangle Oku hangs to the inside. Touch them all. 5 points, France. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lead change. France now on top, 32-31. Sangle Oku, one to beat, one-on-one, deflects the hit. He's through. That's another 5-point grand slam. France with their largest lead of the day, and a track cut. Gonna send Toro to the box for a roller derby athletics power jam. Wow, and you know what? We're going to give you, in the meantime, we're going to tell you about S1. The S1 Lifer helmet is the best fitting helmet and safest helmet for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer, s1helmets.com. Poopa Test putting on the star again.
I was just going to say, have you seen the ads for the S1 Lifer helmets? They're pretty fantastic.
They really are.
So Poopa Test has himself a roller derby athletics power start. We will have an official timeout.
And they're going to talk about official things.
The officials are very officially official.
The officials
here
are so officially official. France now up 8 points with under 17 minutes remaining in the first half. Remember, this is a consolation game. Both teams were technically eliminated in the first bouts of the day. France losing to Canada, Finland to England. And I believe those two are playing again. So let's tell you a little bit about our host. Too far to come to Calgary. Why not host the 2018 Roller Derby Men's World Cup? Details are in your programs and on the website.
Just in case it was too far for you to come to Canada, but come on, I made it all the way from Australia.
Yeah, we could. You know what? If you want to do it next time, hey, throw your hat in the ring. Throw it in there. Anybody is eligible. We can even throw it in my backyard.
Preferably countries.
Preferably countries, yes. My backyard.
A little bit more space.
Qualify as a country.
And we're back in with the action.
Wow.
And Poopa Test, just one step to the inside, flies out to get the lead for France on this roller derby athletics. Now a power jam.
That is how you start a roller derby athletics power start. Is you just get through first, you find that hole, you pop it out, and he is going to try to find some room past these last two blockers, hit it and split it. 5 points, Poopa Test in France, and the French now really having a lot of momentum behind them.
Absolutely, that lead change has given them a whole new burst of life. We do have the Finland jammer back out on track. Poopa Test did eyeball him standing in the penalty box on the way around, so he is very aware of his presence on track, but he does still have to make his initials, so Poopa Test will try and draw this one out, get as many points to extend that lead for France as we can.
And now he's got the star pass to Captain Blockvius. Sven heading to the penalty box. Captain Blockvius assumes the star for Finland, but 5 points, 4 points for France and Poopa Test.
And France, great work there from France. I believe that was Killian Crow on the outside recycling.
Yes.
Captain Blockvius.
This is the first time Captain Blockvius has had the star on his helmet all day. Poopa Test having to jump to the inside and getting past that last blocker, dodging number 69, Amo Lasti of Finland, picking up 5 points in a grand slam. For France.
Sorry, it looks like Captain Blockvius has been called for the forearm on his way through, so he has got the long skate around to the penalty box, getting the hurry up sign there from his benchy, telling him to skate faster to the box, as Poopa Test is taking advantage of a roller derby athletics power jam.
Yeah, and France, this is a 24-point jam for France. They have held Finland scoreless over the last two jams, and these have been the two highest scoring jams of the bout. And France, I mean, this is why they were the number 4 ranked team coming into this. They may have gone down early, but just look at them. This is how they roll, literally.
That's it, that little burst of confidence. As soon as they got that lead change, they are just, at the moment, doing nothing but spurring forward. They don't look like any chance of slowing down anytime soon.
Absolutely. 67-31, France really coming back swinging here. That is a 46-point run for France. They have held 46-0 run over the last few jams for France. So we're gonna have a timeout here taken. We have a Quad Skate Shop team timeout being taken. We're gonna go to commercial. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action in the timeout taken by France.
France
I'm
currently...
sorry, this is taken by Finland.
Sorry, France currently with the 36-point lead over Finland.
On a 46 to or a 45 to nothing run over the last about 3 jams. Just really coming out swinging. Finland coming out really hot to start, and then France just turning it on. And you know, you see this so often in roller derby with the momentum. Charlie Kerr is going to put on the star. It is a roller derby athletics power start, although Captain Blockvius is already standing, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And Charlie Kerr hops, giving a jump through the pack, picking up lead jammer. Having
known that the Finland jammer was standing ready to go, that's exactly what Charlie Kerr wanted to get out of that, to get the lead, to get the control, so that as soon as Captain Blockvius, who has been called for another forearm.
Thanks.
So he's heading back to the penalty box, another roller derby athletics power jam for Team France.
Yeah, so he's gonna go back there and maybe consult hotels.com. I believe he's the spokesman. And getting into that pack, Charlie Kerr looking for that hold, getting past that last finish blocker. Oh, deflecting that hit. That was a big hit by number 41 of Finland, Urpo Kekkonen. That's a 5-point grand slam for France. All the momentum still in their favor.
It's amazing just watching these jammers. They seem to absorb the hits as they go around and just use it to give them a power burst, almost.
And look what Charlie Kerr does here. He splits that 2-man pack down to a 1 and just spins around and picks up another grand slam.
And Captain Blockvius is now back on track. The roller derby athletics power jam is now finished as he is doing a star stash to try and find his way through the French blockers.
Yeah, that wasn't very Blockvius of him.
But he has now passed the star off. It looks like it is...
That is Casey.
One of their fastest jammers out there, Team Finland. I've noticed he definitely does have the afterburners attached to those skates.
Yeah. You can almost see the smoke coming off the track every time he gets out of the pack. So the cleaner will put on the star for France. He'll be going up against Wesley Crusher, Ensign Wesley Crusher of Starfleet and Team Finland.
These two have skated out a couple of times in this bout so far, so quite familiar with each other.
They'll be a, I was just told by our producer, Noisy Legrand, that I am a nerd, and yes, I am a nerd, with pleasure. This is a rematch of our first matchup. And wow, the cleaner getting through, really, I mean, just all that momentum behind France right now. Wesley Crusher does complete the initial pass. The cleaner inside, be just a wrecking ball inside the pack. Speed and strength, calling it off. Another 4 for France. That's actually their lowest scoring jam since they've started this momentous run.
It is, but they've dragged that lead out now, 90 points to 31. We have a 59-point break between the two teams.
And this is a 68 to nothing run over about the last 10 minutes.
That's some pretty intense derby right there.
Yes. France really strong here. As Sangle Oku is through the pack. Wow, that was quick. And it's going to be a multiplayer block on number 55 of Finland, Saku Tapajärvi. That was easy to say. And it's going to be a roller derby athletics power jam. Nice block there.
Sangle Oku has been called for the back block, so he now has a long skate round to the penalty box. We will have a jammer tag, and I'm sure we'll be watching Saku Tapajärvi speeding out to come around to this pack that's currently at an entire standstill.
Yeah, and you know, when you're just waiting for that, you're just going to kill the clock and take that time off. But now with the jammer back in there, he's going to try to score some points, trying to get some help from his pivot, number 00, Mika Kartunen. And he is fighting that pack. Roller derby athletics power jam comes to a close. Sangle Oku back out there, fighting through that finish wall. And they're recycling to the front of the pack. Very good recovery there by Finland. And he is through. That is a 4 more points for France. Still nothing scored over about the last little over 10 minutes or so for Finland. We do have a score update for halftime in the other bout. It is 114 England over Canada 70. 114 to 70 England over Canada. Oh, and a back block on Songle Oku is going to send him to the penalty box. So we're going to have another roller derby athletics power jam and an opportunity here for Tabajarvi to pick up some points. I believe he already has, but considering he hasn't finished that pass, we don't know how many just yet.
Yeah, France are not giving him any opportunity to get completely clear. He may have those couple of points in hand, but we're just going to have to wait for this one to conclude before we find out. Tabajarvi just taking a seat there for a second. I
think he saw the jam block.
Yep, only a couple of seconds left. I've had enough hits for now. I'm just going to sit here for a second.
Yeah, you know, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to get back in there in time. So he does actually, let's see, did he get any points? I believe they're going to confirm or confer. It doesn't look like he did. We're not seeing any signals from the referee. So no, he does not get any points. He is still held scoreless. Keiski able to hop, skip, and a jump through the pack. Lead jammer Finland. This is an opportunity for them to really get back into this one after falling out of favor middle of the first half.
They're definitely going to be trying to take advantage of the lead. Songle Oku, though, with the Star Stars, just found his way back on track and out of the pack. He's through for his initial. Keiski would be very aware of his position, though. Oh, perhaps not.
Oh, wow, no. Songle Oku lapping him up.
Keiski now looking around. I think he's just realized that Songle Oku has actually passed him through for the big 4 points for France.
Killian Crow with a really nice hit there on Keiski, and Songle Oku coming back into the pack, going up against that 3-man finish front and trying to, he's going to get some help from some of his blockers, and nice jump there.
Keiski with a double jump just to slam his way through.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Some of these jammers, they look like they're getting ready for the Winter Olympics, just for the ice skating, figure ice skating teams with some of their fancy footwork moves.
Or they're maybe trying out for the gymnastics teams of their Summer Olympics. So Wesley Crusher going to go up against Charlie Kerr on our next jam. And on this replay, we can see here exactly what happened on that play. Very good moves there by Keiski. Wesley Crusher getting through his pack versus Charlie Kerr having the door closed on him. If only Hodor would hold the door. And I think she's going to call me a nerd again. Oh, Wesley Crusher going to the Bringer of the Enterprise for a high block. This is an opportunity for France to add more to this lead. Charlie Kerr with a big opportunity here.
He's going to be racking up, extending this lead as far as he can for France on this roller derby athletics power jam. And he's through just for his initial now, though. So great work there from Finland to just
Sloan.
Kill the time there on that penalty.
Yeah, during this roller derby athletics power jam. And it is Charlie Kerr again, another 5 points. France, they have crossed the century mark.
Wesley Crusher is standing in the penalty box, but I believe he still has to make his initial pass as he was called for that high block penalty on his way through. So France blockers now just walling up to try and stop him from getting through and getting the assist from Charlie Kerr, who was called for the cut on the inside. So that means we've got a switch.
Yes, they will both jammers will serve time in jammer jail. Wesley Crusher out there. Oh, nice hit, and from Kendall Heros of France. Pack really split apart here. Oh, and a track cut on Wesley Crusher. He's going right back to that Enterprise brig.
He just enjoyed his time there way too much. So now we've got ourselves a jammer tag in, tag out. And Charlie Kerr just watching his way back onto the track. Finland trying to just make him go back as far as he can.
Very good moves there by Charlie Kerr as it came to a close. Yes, he's able to pick up 3 more for Finland and none for Wesley Crusher in France. No retroactive points before he went to the penalty box.
We do have both benchies, I believe. That's Finland and France, both out there wanting to have a chat to the referees.
Yeah, I think they just want to get a little clarification of how he did not get those points. I believe their coach believes that the hips did pass now quickly getting out of there. So yes, looks like a official review is going to be taken out, or is going to be taken by France. And of course, we will have our referees able to confirm it once, you know, they give us clarification of what's being talked about, what's going on. 4:51 remaining, 112 over 35. France, just a great job. Let's see here on the replay what happened. We'll find out. Some contact there in the pack on that last pass. And, you know, France has gone on an 80-4 run, I'm sorry, a 90-4 run over the last 15 minutes. Very strong offense, and more importantly, stronger defense for France. Those jammers taking advantage of some of this confusion. We're gonna go to the track here.
The red team is looking to reverse the penalty to the red blocker against the blue jammer. They state that the blue jammer initiated. We'll review the call.
Okay, you heard it there from our head referee. They are going to be reviewing which jammer initiated the contact first.
So they're going to use their eyes and their brains and their ears and their hearts and figure out the correct call. Because unlike most other sports, we get this right.
Absolutely. Instant replay in the mind's eye, and our referees, our NSOs, all of our officials and volunteers have done a fantastic job here.
Seriously.
It's been amazing. We are heading towards the end of day 3, and I can tell you there has been some super intense derby played.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to give, a lot of these refs were involved in that Spain versus Chile game, and I mean, 124 penalties, 9 foul outs. I mean, that was a hell of a game. It was a great game, and just absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna go back to the track for clarification.
The call against the red blocker stands. The red blocker initiated. The review is used.
So you heard it there, ladies and gentlemen. Hoopa test. Put it on the star for France on this roller derby athletics power start. 3 Finnish blockers, 1 in the box. 3 French blockers, 1 in the box. Never mind, box is empty for France. And Pupates don't care, he's through lead jammer.
That inside line was all of his. He had no possible inkling in his mind that he was going to be stopping for anybody. That inside line was his, and he had already taken it in his own mind.
He goes so fast horizontally with those hips east to west. It's so hard to defend what he does, proving it once again there. Just going to the inside, dragging a defender with him, and just being that slight adjustment to the right or left and picking it up.
And Wesley Crusher has now re-entered the track and made his initial pass. Pupates just taking a quick look around to see exactly where he was before he called off that jam. So 8-point jam there from, actually we'll just wait for confirmation.
9 points.
9-point jam there, sorry, for Pupates.
Bonus point. Bonus point, Pupates. Keiski gonna go up against Songle Oku on our next jam. Already the 18th jam of this bout. Very quick, only a couple full 2-minute jams here.
John Travoltage being the satellite blocker there for France by the looks of it, looking to line up against the Finnish blockers, but we have he's now moved his way back as Songle Oku is pushing his way against Finland at the front. Dr. Woosh thought he had himself a cut on Keiski, but Keiski thrown out on the inside by John Travoltage.
So Keiski pushing and shoving and just going back and forth against that wall.
Excellent bridge work there from Finland to take Songle Oku a long way back, but he leaps through the middle and gets the lead because Keiski has been called for a cut track. That means we've got a roller derby athletics power jam for Songle Oku and Team France.
It's all about timing, and that was perfect timing.
It was only that split second behind Keiski, but Keiski must have had that one wheel on the inside.
Songle Oku going backwards like that time when Ricky Bobby won a race that way, and he just goes through, says bye, 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 and picks up 5 more points for France. France now on an 104-4 run since about the 20-minute mark. Just turning it on, seriously, wow. Keiski out of the penalty box. Roller Derby Athletics Power Jam comes to a close. 5 more points for Sangle Oku in France.
And John Travolta just getting called for a high block there on Keiski. Keiski back up and pushing hard at the French. They have a 3-wall that is holding so strong at the front, same as Finland with super strong blocking at the back, just holding on to Sangle Oku, trying to throw him off track.
And look how it was so opposite, one to the inside of the turn, one to the outside of the turn. Keiski able to find that hole. Yes, that is a clean initial pass. No points picked up there, just the initial pass. Sangle Oku with all the command of it. Looks like he's going to wait for Keiski to come to the pack. Yes, he does. Going to call it off.
It's just that leading tease.
Yeah.
You're almost there. You're going to get some points. I don't think so.
And with time winding down, that's what you want to do. You want to get to that halftime, be able to get some rest, get some water, take a little break. It's all good. So still now an 113 point to 4 run for France since about the 20-minute mark of the bout. And a timeout, a team timeout is going to be taken here by Finland, or official review, excuse me, official review by Finland. So
we're just waiting to hear from the head referee what the official review is for. But such an impressive run from France.
yes,
They have just been powering on for, I believe you said it was about 20 minutes?
yes, almost 20 minutes. I'm about a little under 19 minutes.
That's an insane run.
I'll just say yes and we'll move on.
Let's give a shout out to some of our sponsors.
Yes. Although looks like official review is...
I think the official review was possibly being used as a team timeout.
Yes. Although they have several timeouts left. Why not?
Sure.
Hey, we're not coaches, so...
If you've got them up your sleeve,
Yeah.
you get an official review. You get an official review.
Are you Oprah?
Not
All right.
today.
Keiski going up against the cleaner. The cleaner bouncing inside, outside, inside, outside. Keiski trying to hit that apex jump, but a nice hit there by number 11 of France. That is Scare NX.
Scare NX just holding that inside line, not giving a single opening to Keiski.
That was a block by Gravity right there on the cleaner.
Damn Gravity.
Gravity wins again, but the cleaner don't care. He's through lead jammer France. Keiski still inside the pack, and actually he has a star pass to Captain Blockvius. That wasn't obvious. And he was gonna get that initial pass completed. The cleaner has to recycle himself in a clean way environmentally. He's gonna try to tap, but he's gonna pick up a track cut, unable to call it off. This will go down to the full 2 minutes, folks, which means we will go a little over that period clock, so I like to call that bonus derby.
Everyone loves some bonus derby. Captain Blockvius is loving it right now, getting a big 5 points on his Roller Derby Athletics Power Jam.
I'm sure his coach is saying, thanks, Captain Blockvius. Now inside that pack, gonna try to find that hole. You can hear those Finland fans just going nuts for their team, trying to help them out. Captain Blockvius picking up 4 points, no pass, no penalty, so only 4, not the full 5. The cleaner standing in the box. Captain Blockvius.
The cleaner has been released, so our Roller Derby Athletics Power Jam has completed. Well, we have Finland called for a backlog, and the cleaner is called for a cut.
Yes.
That was excellent work there from 303, Oskario Kotesio from Finland. So we've got another Roller Derby Athletics Power Jam.
I'm not going to try to correct you, don't worry. All right, and that is the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. 1 point scored at the end there for France, 136-47. So Finland getting a little bit of momentum there towards the end of the second half, able to pick up 12 points on that final jam, but only 16 points really since about the 20-minute mark. And France went on that big 114 to 15 run. Sorry, the numbers are hard, math is tough, stuff. Very good defense there by France. When they found what they needed to do, they found their groove, they knew what they were doing. Great job by France to finish it out, but a little bit of momentum maybe switching back into Finland's favor at the end.
Captain Blockbeers with a fantastic jam there with the 12 points at the end. So it'll be interesting to see if they are able to carry that momentum over into the second half. 15 minutes at halftime gives the team a lot of time to be able to just review their tactics, see how they're, assess how they're attacking the situation in the games, try and work out some maybe possibly tighter tactics to come out in the second half. Try and shut down some of your blockers like Pupetest and Sangle, the cleaner, all doing fantastic work out there for Team France. So Finland do have some very fast jammers. I believe they're going to be coming out a lot stronger in the second half.
Exactly, and for those of you who think, hey, this is already over, let me tell you something. 89 points for teams ranked this high with this much experience in these kind of jammers. If it can go one way in the first half, the momentum can shift right back to Finland for the second half. You know, we haven't seen it in this tournament, but, you know, all of us roller derby fans, we've seen those momentum shifts where an 89 points at halftime has been covered. So we're going to see what happens here on SISU Track 2. You know, for the meantime, if you want to go check out what's on the Nerd Skate Shop Track 1, go ahead, grab some food, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Zero Zero, Miika Karttunen, Helsinki. 1 Sven, Kuopio. 111 Kuosa, Tampere Rolling Bros. 11, Antti Peltola. 1701 Wesley Crusher. Number 19, Turha Puuro. 24, Esa Tervonen. Looking that way 2303, Oskari Kortesua. 37, Samu Kolehmainen. 41, Urpo Kekkonen. 42, Captain Blockvius. Well, that's obvious. Number 55, Saku Tapojärvi. Number 6, Memesis, Kouvola Roller Derby. 65, Kivistö. That guy is not playing nice. Number 66, Antti Karppinen. 69, Aimo Lasti. 808, Hijinks. That's a Jersey boy. 88, Laakso. 93, Juho Keiski. Just went that way. 99, Toivonen. Don't leave a guy hanging, coach. Here's Menstruella. And this is Niina Sepponen, assistant coach. Eini Joki, team manager. And here's Minna Valsteen, assistant coach. And Marko Niemelä makes them all look good.
We really miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear. Hang out for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you in the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
Hip, whip, don't trip, slap the pack. If you block the flock, then I can jam the track. Quads on the floor, styles on the head. Roller derby logbook, the zebra said. Yeah, we rollin', yeah, we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling up the jam till the next jam starts.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates.
Official skate shop, Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016.
For people who roll.
I am your fortress on the front line of sport. Engineered to be stronger than the attack. I defy convention by protecting more with less. Helping you breathe easier, hydrate faster, speak more clearly. I am SISU, and I fend for you.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SISU Track 2. We've got France and Finland. France on top 136 to 47. Finland finishing the half with a very strong 12-point jam. What the story has been, 15 points for Finland over the last about 20 minutes or so. France going on an 114 to 15 run over those last 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing to see France just turn the momentum around. Now, for you at home who might be thinking, wait a minute, now France has got this. 89 points. For Derby fans out there, we've seen those switches happen before. And I think that Finland, I really do think that Finland is going to close that gap.
Finland definitely have the chance. I have seen two separate teams do 44-point jams. If Finland can pull it out, and they have some very fast skaters out there, they can turn this around just as easily.
Yes, that's what I am. Thank you, Noisy Lagrange. We're a bunch of nerds up here, and we're all wearing glasses and proud of it, because we can see.
Without that, it'd just be, there's some blue team and some red team, and they're hitting each other and doing stuff. And
blob of people.
Looks like we're going to get started here in the second half. I believe we are starting with a France jammer in the bin.
Yes.
So Kiski will start it off on the line for Finland with a roller derby athletics power start from the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line.
And this is what they need right now, you know, especially to start off the second half. He's going to go to the outside, already picked up lead, gets slightly reabsorbed, but gets out of that pack.
That was a beautiful hop on the outside there from Kiski, using every single centimeter of his height.
Or inch, depending on where you live. And Kiski finding that hole to the inside and up the middle. 5-point grand slam, Finland. Good start to the second half.
Hopefully Finland can keep on to that momentum they had from Captain Vlogfierce's 12-point jam just to finish off this first half.
And there he goes, splitting Killing Crow and getting past Spider of France, Spider Biscotte of France. 5 more points picked up by Kiski.
And the cleaner made his way back on the track with the Star Stash. He held that nice and tight. Nobody was aware that it was the jammer busting through. Yeah, it was great work from the cleaner.
He came out of that penalty broom closet really quick and swept through that pack to get that initial pass. Kiski could only call it off after picking up 2 points. Sangle Oku putting on the star for France. He's going to go up against Wesley Crusher of Finland. Maybe not. Now Wesley Crusher. Oh, you know what? It looks like, yeah, Kiski picked up a penalty at the end of the jam. We're going to have a roller derby athletics power start for France, and that is exactly what Finland needs to avoid to start off this half. With France having so much strength and taking advantage of these situations.
Finland with the 4-3 pack advantage, but the French blockers now charging in, trying to assist Sangle Oku.
Well, they don't have to defend against a jammer with Kiski in the penalty box during this roller derby athletics power jam, and he's able to get through, take advantage of this. Sangle Oku lead jammer France.
And France blockers did have themselves a goat at the back, but they've now let him loose as they have a full 4 blockers on track.
Ooh. Wow, nice hit, and actually deflecting it, reversing it on Toid Bonin of Finland. Sangle Oku gonna call it off just as Kiski came back in. Good timing there. He probably could have waited a little bit for after the initial pass, but sometimes we want to play a little safe, give someone else the opportunity. 5 points for Sangle Oku in France.
Cooper Test back on the line for Team France, head-to-head against Wesley Crusher. Both with super long legs. You watch them just one stride to the each side of the track as they find their way around. 3-on-3 packs.
I think Pupates is definitely whispering something in his ear there. They're very close. They're very close there. And Pupates gonna stay in bounds, pick up lead jammer. Oh, wait, no, he's not. He's gonna get a back block. He's gonna go to the penalty box, and we're gonna have another roller derby athletics power jam. Let's see if Wesley Crusher can take advantage of the situation.
This is exactly what Finland needs right now. This is what can be the momentum turner. This is what can get Finland back into the game.
Yes, absolutely. Great job.
And trying to work his way through for his first scoring pass. Just absorb that hit, Wesley Crusher, staying up on his feet.
Shields up Wesley Crusher. He gets through, picking up 5 to the sky.
And Pupates is currently standing in the penalty box, ready to get back on track. Wesley Crusher coming around, trying to get some more points on the board for Team Finland.
Getting knocked down by Killian Crow of France. Pupates back out there. He has not completed the initial pass. He did pick up the back block last time on the initial pass, unable to complete it. Pupitas now having to recycle back behind turn 1 all the way to the Nerd Skate Shop pivot line.
Quick work there from Killian Crow to get Wesley Crusher off the track, and as soon as Pupitas finds his way out, Wesley Crusher calling it off. He's had one too many close encounters with Killian Crow.
It's like the Klingons were approaching or something. And so we have a sign here that says nerd every time we make a Star Trek reference. And for those of you at home, I think you're okay with this too. And if not, oh well. Charlie Kerr. Charlie Kerr going up against Keiski on our next jam. One in the box for Finland. France with a full wall. And you can see how that they're doing that pack position over there. Charlie Kerr trying to find that hole to the outside of the track, and he does get through for lead jammer France.
Just split straight through the middle of the duo of blockers as one of Team Finland's, the third blocker, was being sent to the penalty box. And it looks as though Keiski is back on track. He has the star in hand. He has made his way through for his initial pass.
Yeah, Keiski, great job there. Charlie Kerr taking a nasty hit and having to go back out of bounds. We want to give Anna Ronkanen, and if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize, a shout out. It is 3M in Finland, so we want to give not just her, but all the fans in Finland watching their team, staying up late, cheering them on. Fortunately, it is the weekend, so hopefully most people don't have to work tomorrow, and I think it's all worth it. She's rooting on Team Finland against France. She wants them to stay strong, and that's exactly what I bet they intend to do. They've already scored almost as many points in this half. I'm sorry, they've scored almost as many points in this half as they did in the first. The cleaner going up against Wesley Crusher, finding that hole. Finland lead jammer. Ref almost getting taken out there by one of the French, by the cleaner.
The cleaner's just looking to just clean up the whole track, and he gets cleaned up instead by Wesley Crusher. Takes out his own benchy.
Yeah, sent it right into his coach. That was, we'll see that every day. 5 points, Wesley Crusher and Finland.
And the cleaner does have star in hand, trying to make his way through for his initial pass still, I believe.
Yes, and now, Wesley Crusher. No, he didn't. Okay, there was a little confusion. He did not pick up the track cut. That would be the French jammer. Pivot. That's number 13 of France, Killian Crow. So 3 points picked up for Finland, none for France. They've already gone almost as much as they've scored in the first half, and they did have that 12-point run at the end. 74-143, France on top. 8 points is picked up there by Finland. Esa Tervonen and Songlioku on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line.
Esa Tervonen hasn't been a regular out on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line yet in this bout.
But he has in the past, he's been very effective, so maybe they're going to try a little bit of a different strategery style here.
We do have an official time out. All the officials doing the official things.
Officially official things, and we're going to talk to you about our host, Calgary, we're going to talk to you about Mary Chaos. Be harder, better, faster, stronger with one-on-one coaching from Herbalife and Chaos Theory. New Herbalife Transformation Challenge starting on August 8th. Visit Chaos, that's K-H-A-O-S, theoryblog.com for more details.
Also, if you want to chat to us on the Twitter feed, make sure you hashtag MRDWC for shout-outs. You shout out to us here on SISU Track 2, and we will give you a shout-out over the live feed.
A lot of the Finland faithful here down on SISU Track 2. And I believe we're having a selfie being taken by our producer, Noisy Lagrange. And back to the action we go. Songlioku in the back. Tervonen in the front. Trying to fight past that wall. He's able to stay in bounds. No, he's not. By the toe stop, going to have to recycle a little bit back to turn 1.
And Songlioku is trying to find his way through. Through for the lead for Team France.
I don't know what Songlioku means, but it might mean ninja because he just snuck right through that pack.
Maybe he's been hanging out with those ninjas from Ninja Japan.
Yeah, learning a little bit from them on how to do that. That was very, very, very good work there. 5 points for France. by Song Leo-Koo. Jump in the apex, unable to stay up. Did he land in bounds? He does. 5 more points, France and Song Leo-Koo.
And Esa Tavonen was called for a cut on the outside of the track, so we have ourselves a roller derby athletics power jam for Song Leo-Koo. As he comes around for another big 5 points on the board. Grand slam for France.
And just as you think Finland might get a little momentum, here comes France with a 15-point jam. This is exactly what they needed to avoid. A little bit of blocking help coming back out there as the pivot leads the penalty box for France.
The power jams have been all the difference here.
They really have.
The last 3 days.
Absolutely. But of course, that's the story in so much derby. You know, if you go back to back when penalties were a minute, they had so much more of an impact. These 30 seconds make it, you know, a little more fair.
You need your jammers on the track, and Tavonen is back on track, pushing super hard against a very tight France wall at the front of the pack. And Song Leo-Koo is trying to find his way back through for another scoring pass.
And Esa Tavonen at the front of the pack, getting behind his blocker, but Song Leo-Koo finding that hole, picking up 4 more points for France. Oh, big spill on turn 3. And John Travoltage is down.
And Sven went in with a massive hit to clean up on the outside for his jammer. He was called for the elbow penalty, I believe, out of that one, so having to head to the penalty box.
It looks like John Travoltage will be okay. He's going to get up under his own power. Looks like he may have hurt his leg there, but still being able and being helped off by number 00, Mirage. But always a good sign when they're able to get up on their own power, don't need to be taken off or helped out by the the MTAs.
Yeah, it's great to see see them get back up, and it's
and Keiski dancing off of the camera. That gets a champ stamp of approval right there. Keiski's showing off those moves.
That was beautiful to watch.
They might be behind on the score, but they're definitely winning at dancing right now. Just because of Keiski.
It's good to see so much energy as well still on the track. I mean, we've got 21 minutes to go here in period 2.
I kind of think he was throwing the gauntlet down for Pupatest. So maybe Pupatest will come back sometime and show off some of his moves. Although he's been showing off some great moves on SISU track too so far during this bout, and really all tournament long.
I'd love to see just 2 jammers have a throwdown. Just go, you know what, let's not jam. Let's just have a dance-off.
That's what after parties are for, or really long timeouts. But that's really up to our house announcers to kind of initiate that, and I think they're informing the fans of other things and information and stuff.
Speaking of information and stuff, have you heard of Brown Paper Tickets? Brown Paper Tickets has been supporting roller derby for over a decade. We love the sport and are working to help gear up the Women's League in Lebanon. You can make a difference for roller derby Beirut by visiting our donation page at Got Game Need Gear at brownpapertickets.com. And Keiski and Pupatest are getting ready to roll off from our nerd skate shop jammer line, and Keiski is out in front with the lead for Finland. Pupatest, though, is hot on his heels. 2
really good jammers here, a really great matchup. Boxes, there is 1 Finland blocker in the penalty box. Keiski inside, trying to cut through just in time before Pupatest accidentally takes out 2 blockers, trying to chase him after it was over. 2 points, though, for Keiski and Finland.
Keiski looking very happy with that, as he should be. Pupatest was breathing down his neck.
I like to think he gets so close, he whispers sweet nothings in their ear before the jam starts. Maybe a little bit of a intimidation tactic there. Charlie Kerr and Wesley Crusher on the jam line.
Damn you, Wesley Crusher!
Will Wheaton. Sheldon Cooper is not in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that.
Bazinga.
Charlie Kerr at the front, trying to get past that last Finland blocker. He will get through. France lead jammer.
And Wesley Crusher with the quick hot step.
No.
Unfortunately called for the cut on the inside of the track.
You know, it was very close when I saw it too. It could have really gone either way from our advantage point, but Rocky has a much better point of view. But looks like we're going to have a roller derby athletics power jam 1-2 switcheroo with Charlie Kerr going to the penalty box for a back block. So the pack is going to temporarily just fight for position here. Full packs out there.
And Wesley Crusher is back in to get in amongst the action. I think the jammers might have been watching a little bit too much wrestling going for the tag team match.
Very quick there, very quick roller derby athletics power jam. Not a lot of time to really do much. That's just the initial pass for Wesley Crusher. Charlie Kerr inside the pack, dodging to the outside of the pack on that line, twisting around and through. That is 4 points. That was a scoring pass for Wesley Crusher and France. Now we've got, I'm sorry, for Charlie Kerr and France, Wesley Crusher picking up 4 of his own. He looks a little gassed there. That was not easy for him.
He was bouncing through that pack like a pinball.
Yeah, now Charlie Kerr getting pushed to the outside, recycling quick, playing on that outer line, able to stay inbounds cleanly and pick up another 4. This will go the full 2 minutes. Wesley Crusher has to recycle himself back inside to the pack.
Wesley Crusher definitely looks like he's taken one too many hits out there. He's starting to look like he's feeling the full brunt of that with slight fatigue.
Yeah, he's feeling all those phasers locked on him right now. And Charlie Kerr, really good defense here by both teams on this pass. Wesley Crusher just kind of getting put on pause here by that French pack, taking it really all the way down to the wire. 170 to 82, I'm sorry, 2 points picked up by Finland at the end, so 170 to 82 as we approach 18 minutes remaining. Remember fans, if you want to get our attention, go on Twitter, use that hashtag MRDWC. You can talk to us. If you are watching at home with your friends, please take a selfie with us in the background. You know, with you watching it, you'll be one of the cool kids, and remember to use one of those hashtags. I believe that Noisy Lagrange is doing her job and doing that now, with Kasky on the track going up.
The cleaner rolling out in front for France. And France pivots coming in for the assist, trying to clean house at Skarenex, trying to assist his jammer.
Skarenex doing a lot of offensive blocking here today. Kasky tried to stay in bounds, but unfortunately, you know, gravity, momentum, and stuff did its work. And now trying to go to the inside, same story as before. Going to have to go back to turn 1. Wait a minute here. I heard a whistle. No, it was not on a jammer. It looked like it's on the pivot. That is number 42 of Finland, Captain Blockvius.
Skarenex there, excellent work. He just worked his way around the inside, grabbed his jammer, threw him through, and he has been sent to the penalty box for that one, but the cleaner did get clear.
I believe Kasky did a triple axel there, Brian Boitano style, to make his initial pass. 4 points for France and the cleaner. As we are now 174 to 82. About 16 and a half remaining here in this bout. Remember, this is a consolation bout. Both teams lost in the first bouts on tracks 1 and 2 this morning. France, and I believe we do have...
I think Finland
we do not
waiting.
have a timeout yet.
They might be calling it team timeout, just running down that 30 seconds as long as they can. So here is a Quad Skate Shop team timeout.
We're going to be testing 3 helmets today. This simulates a 10-mile-an-hour impact or a 4-foot drop. The S1 Lifer helmet with EPS Fusion foam did pass the multiple impact test.
All right, welcome back here to SISU Track 2. We are in a team timeout. I'll give us a little bit to tell you about Wicco Skates. Greetings from Finland. Your feet called. They need a hug. Best regards, Wicco Skates.
And also RSC, the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup is sanctioned and insured by Roller Sports Canada, providing insurance and support for all Canadian roller sports. Visit us at www.rollersports.ca or on Facebook at RSC Roller Derby.
All right, we're about to get back here to the action after that Quad Skate Shop team timeout. Tapajarvi putting on the star for Finland. He hasn't jammed as much as he has in previous bouts. He's going to go against Sangle Oku of France, and there's the whistle. Here we go. Sangle Oku pushing that finish back forward, but it's Tapajarvi getting a track cut and going to the penalty box for a roller derby athletics power jam.
So Sangler Okur has got himself the lead and the power jam from Roller Derby Athletics. He's communicating with his blockers exactly where he wants them positioned to make it as easy as possible for him to get through. Excellent work there from Sangler Okur.
Taking out one blocker, dodging past the other, now able to stay in bounds. Sacre Bleu, it's Sangler Okur great job on a no pass, so only 4 points picked up there. Still an absolutely great job by Sanglioku. Now, oh wow, by a toe stop inbounds. That was not easy to get past that first blocker there.
Tiptoeing through the tulips to make his way through, but now he's being held up by pass one. He's got 2 left to pass.
Wow, and look how he came back and bounced. His feet were behind, but he's still gonna get the track cut. It looks close, but a very close call by the referee, so good eyes there.
So now we've got ourselves a roller derby athletics power jam in favor of Finland.
This will go the full 2 minutes now, ladies and gentlemen. Tapajärvi back out there, fighting against Kendall Rowe and Mirage. So 0 and 0-0 were his last blockers. And oh, a forearm gonna send Tapajärvi to the penalty box now, and we're gonna have another switch on the roller derby athletics power jam.
So he's got the long skate around, I believe, Sanglioku may have already been standing in the penalty box. So it will be a full penalty for Tapajärvi.
Yes, and you can see Sanglioku. Whoa, where did that come from?
I believe Sanglioku saw that blocker coming, just went,
did.
I'm gonna put on the brakes for a second here and let you slide right on by. Big 5 points for France.
I believe he used spidey senses or something to see that one coming, and it broke up his own back. Wow, that's an apex jump.
And he stayed inside the lines. That was beautiful there from Sanglioku. I feel like he jumped his entire body height.
Wow.
Words.
Words and stuff are escaping me at this point, but Pupa Test on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line. France's pack will be on the Nerd Skate Shop pivot line. I'm Ron Burgundy. And, excuse me, Tapajärvi is standing in the penalty box, already exiting now, so the World Derby Athletics Power Start is over. Pupa Test picking up lead jammer very quickly, though. When you need a quick lead jammer, who do you call?
Pupa Test. Tapajärvi, though, has been called for a forearms. He's got the long set around to the penalty box, and Pupa Test now has himself a legit roller derby athletics power jam.
He's probably like, I just got out of here. Pupa Test, a quick, fast 5 points. Dodging past one blocker, now engaging the rest of that Finland pack. Look how he goes to the outside and how he wiggles through and just splits that wall going up against the last one. That is Keski with a great block.
Excellent work, and trying to recycle him back. Pupa Test.
Oh, Keski now going to the penalty box.
So Pupa Test just stepping back onto the track.
No
blocker
pass.
that took him out, no pass, no penalty.
Yeah, so he will only pick up 4 points on that, but still very good moves there by Pupa Test. Pupa Test now back in that pack, engaging that wall. Trying to stay in bounds, very balanced. Such a balanced jammer as Pupa Test. And he's really having trouble there with finding that hole, able to stay in bounds. You can't give him that kind of space because he's gonna get through, and once he's on your side, it's over.
That one glimpse of daylight and he is gone. And Tapajärvi has gone out of the penalty box. He is back on track. He does, I believe, have the star in hand. No pivot to pass it to, so he's gonna have to hold on to that one himself. But here comes his pivot. Hopefully he can get to him if he is looking to do the star pass.
I was kind of expecting that with Keski being one of their primary jammers that he was going to, and he just might now with France's wall totally reforming. Pupa Test picking up another 4 for France in the process, though. They've now crossed the 200 mark on this last jam. Wow, look at that dodge to the outside, going to the inside. Now going, but 3 more Finnish blockers and able to fight past the final one. Able to pick up a full 5-point grand slam for France to finish it off. No points for Finland. Really, France just stole that momentum and said, neener, 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 you're not getting this back.
Tapajärvi having a very hard time of it with the star in the penalty box, out of the penalty box, back in the penalty box, back out with the star in hand, possibly looking to pass to his pivot. France seeing exactly what's going on, getting in between them.
Yes. And now we're gonna have Esa Tervonen against Charlie Kerr. One to the inside, one to the outside, now both trying to go up the middle. Charlie Kerr finding that hole to the inside of turn 1 and get lead jammer. He makes it look so easy sometimes.
It was almost as though his blockers knew exactly that he wanted that inside, because as soon as he got free of Finland, they all moved, gave him that opening.
Well, the inside is a little shorter turn, so it's a little bit easier to get that to the inside. That's, you know, more ideal, but if you can get to the outside, you got to take the holes you get.
That's it, and Torvonen is out of the pack as well. He went through with the star stash, was coming around for a scoring pass. Charlie Kur deciding to call it off. None on the board for Team Finland.
Absolutely. The cleaner will be ready to mop it up on the Nerd Skate Shop Jammer line. Keiski putting on that star for Finland. One blocker in the box for Finland, nobody for France, a full force.
And Skarin X just stepping in amongst the Finnish blockers, deciding he doesn't want to let them get too tight together there.
He doesn't want all that camaraderie. And it is the cleaner who hops, skips, and jumps near the apex to pick up lead jammer France.
And Keiski was knocked out, bounced back in. Spider Bisco thought he had got the track cut, but instead found himself heading to the penalty box by himself.
He goes horizontal, but the cleaner gonna steam his way through, and he's gonna call it off after picking up a fast 4 for France, adding that lead. Now under 10 minutes remaining, 2:19.82, France on top.
The cleaner had to be very quick with his call there. Keiski was very, very close to hitting that pack.
You can't give him that kind of room before the pack because he will turn on those jets, and like we were talking about earlier, he gets so much behind him. And look here, you can see that dodge to the outside, and the cleaner knew it was time to call it off. Now we've got number 19 of Finland. That is Taraporo. He's going up against Songle Oku. Both trying to fight them. Those Finnish jammers are very strong, but those French jammers are so quick. But a forearm is going, or I'm sorry, an elbow is going to send Songle Oku to the penalty box. We're going to have a roller derby athletics power jam opportunity here for Finland.
Great opportunity there for Tahapuro. First time putting on the star here in this bounce, and he gets himself a power jam.
Yes, or in this half, yes.
And he's trying to find his way around Kendall Hilos, the last France blocker to get around, and he is through.
Yes.
Gets the lead on his initial pass. We've just had an update from track 1. England currently on 166, Canada on 77 with 22 minutes remaining.
Yes, that is on the Nerd Skate Shop track 1. You're watching SISU track 2 of France versus Finland. Tarapuro inside the pack, fighting off Kendall Hilos, but inside that French wall, there are 4 out there. Power jam comes to a close, and it's a star stash by Songle Oku, who gets through the pack. That's an initial pass, no points picked up yet.
Finland's trying to squeeze out as many points as they can. I believe he does have a couple in hand and calls it off just as Songle Oku is about to hit. He does have 3, throws 3 points out of that one for Finland, none on the board for France.
But wait a minute, we might have a penalty here on Tarapuro. No, it doesn't look like it. Looked like for a second he was about to call a multiplayer. No, I don't believe it went on to Finland's jammer. So Esa Tervonen and Pupatest putting on the stars for their teams. 2:19.85, under 7.5 remaining.
And we'll just start with 3 blockers apiece for each pack out there. Both of the French and Finland blockers in the penalty box.
Good block there by Sven, and Pupatest, you can't give him that kind of room. He's going to take advantage of it every time and pick up lead. Jammer Sven with a great initial block, but then went way too far to the inside of the track. Pupatest taking advantage.
Pupatest only needs enough space for 2 wheels, I'm pretty sure, to get his way through.
I give him half a wheel, and that's all he really about needs. That's 5 points in a Grand Slam. Pupatest and France.
And going for the Stars, trying to find his way out of the pack, and he is now free.
Yeah, no pass, no penalty there for Esa Tervonen. Pupatest fighting that Finnish wall, and he's going to have to call it off. Let's see, yes, he was able to get 3 points before being reabsorbed by those blockers.
Got those 3 points, and then Captain Blockvius just held him on his own at the front of waiting for his blockers to join him. As soon as he got the 3 surrounding him, Pupatest decided he wanted to get the hell out of Dodge, especially with the with the Finland jammer coming up very, very fast.
I feel like Captain Blockvius should have commercials telling basic things that are obvious about roller derby, or Blockvius about roller derby. Charlie Kerr and Keiski now on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line. Keiski going to the outside. He definitely has a little bit of an advantage here until he gets a blocking out of bounds. He's going to go to the penalty box for a roller derby athletics power jam.
So Charlie Kerr trying to find his way out on his initial pass in this power jam.
Gets past number 99, Toivonen of Finland, and he is lead jammer, and of course number 00, Mika Kartunen, trying to hang on, but just unable to stick the landing on that last block. Going to the outside, now he's got 2 to beat, dodging to the inside, going backwards and saying bye, 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 5 points for France.
Charlie Kerr just letting his benchies know, it's cool, I got this, it's under control. We are super calm.
I got this, guys. It's more like a come at me, bro. Or as we say in Cleveland, do the Gary. I'll explain later. About 5 minutes remaining.
Kiski now back on track for Finland, still to make his initial pass.
That's how you stand by a toe stop. Wait a minute, no, he doesn't stand by a toe stop. He cuts the track. Ooh. Very close, very close.
Kiski took a massive hit, and he has now been called for a track cut. Jam tag, 1 in, 1 out.
That's a 1-2 switcheroo roller derby athletics power jam. He's gonna have to enter behind number 00, Mika Kartunen. Keiski also having to re-enter behind the French pivot, number 0, Kendall Hiros, who I believe that he dyes his beard.
I thought that was completely natural.
I don't think that comes in that color. Charlie Kerr at the front of the pack, trying to fight his way through. Little dodge there by Keiski at the back, just passing that Nerd Skate Shop jammer line, but 5 points picked up by Charlie Kerr and France.
Just the 5 seconds left to go. Keiski trying to get himself some points on the board. Having to re-enter behind Kendall Heroes. None for Finland from that one. And it looks like we have a skating out of bounds called on Charlie Kerr just as the jam finished. So he's got the long skate around to the penalty box, and that means we will have Tahu Puru starting.
Yes. So a timeout is being taken, team timeout being taken by Finland. So this team timeout brought to us by Quad Skate Shop.
I can't imagine that I'd get more kicks playing golf than I do hitting a and S1 is part of my uniform.
A clear path through the pack almost never exists. So we fight and make our own.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SISU Track 2. I guess that there was no penalty. Against Turaporo of Finland.
And the cleanest we've seen the penalty box for a while, with only one blocker in there for Team Finland.
And good thing they took that team timeout and, you know. Now trying to get back closer. Wow, almost getting tripped up there, but just by a hair, getting through to pick up lead jammer.
And Tarapuro is not far behind. He has also busted his way out of the pack. The cleaner coming around super fast to try and get quick points.
And he's going to call it off just in time as Tarapuro is coming back into that pack. 0-0. And of course, with time winding down, that is a big, big advantage France.
France still playing very tight derby all the way down to the wire here on SISU Track 2.
Yes, Sangle Oku will be going up against Keiski as we are now under 3 minutes remaining. 242 to 85. France on top of Finland. Over on track one, we do have England versus Canada. Sangle Oku trying to fight through that wall. Keiski, a little bit of a pack advantage, but we've seen this before where Sangle Oku can find that hole and just get through, as well as so many of the other French jammers. And I think that's what we're about to see. Yep. It's like I knew what was going to happen.
Just a tiny bit of light shines through those tight walls, and they just crack it wide open.
You can't keep a crack there for Sangleoku to get through. Wow, Sacre Bleu Sangleoku. That's a 5-point grand slam for France.
And he currently has himself a roller derby athletics power jam with a cut track called on Team Finland.
Yeah, with time winding down, that's really what you don't want. Under 2 minutes remaining. Sangleoku now inside the pack, dodging. Look how he just shimmies and shakes his head. His hips and his feet are saying 3 different things, and all 3 members of that pack don't know what to do. Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen, 5 points, Sangleoku and Team France.
He's definitely been practicing his hokey pokey and shaking it all about.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
Sangleoku having to recycle back. France doing a great job there of stopping the Finland blockers from dragging him too far back. We have both jammers back on track, no longer a roller derby athletics power jam.
And Sangleoku now dodging past a nice attempt there by Keiski, and yes, he stays about human boomerang impression there, no pun intended for my Aussie friend here. And really good moves there. Oh, and we're gonna have another roller derby athletics power jam, a high block on Keiski. That's 2 in 1 jam. Now under 1 minute remaining. So we will probably have at least one, we are gonna have at least one more jam after this. Sangleoku taking a hit from Mika Kartunen. Not out of bounds though, and oh, not able to stay in bounds. Very close to getting back up inbounds there, but
managed to hold on, just clinging to the concrete with his claws.
Could have been an end of game kind of little mental mistake there, but he doesn't do it. But with this much time left, I think it's safe to say it really wouldn't have had that much of an impact. Pupa Test will put on the star. It will be a roller derby athletics power start in what is probably going to be our final jam. And you know, it looks like we're gonna have possibly a team timeout. Possibly. No, never mind, not a
Finland
team timeout.
Benchy just giving her team a good pep talk there on the Nerd Skate Shop pivot line.
Little hug there, yes.
Telling them they've done a great job, which they have, and Pupa Test has found his way out to get the lead, but now having to recycle a long way back.
Yes.
And Finland back on track.
But with time already expired, all Pupa Test really has to do now is call it off if he wants to. And maybe that's what he's gonna do. Maybe not.
I feel like he might run this one out. He should do that for the fans.
Yeah, he likes to do that. He's a fan favorite.
Finland made their way through now for the initial pass, so Pupa Test.
Just gonna call it off. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our game unofficial final, 265-85. Wrap-up review, we're gonna talk to you guys about what happened very soon, about what we just witnessed on this track. So, Psycho Daiko, what did you like about this bout?
I love the fact that Finland just put their hearts and souls out on the line. That score started running away. They did not let go at all. There was no time at all that I saw Finland just go, yep, we're done. They just fought that all the way through, right to the very end, and that was great to see. As France also laid everything on the line, it was fantastic derby from both teams. So the scoreline did end up blowing out just a little bit, but does not really show the true quality of the derby we did witness in that game out there.
Yeah, absolutely great job by France. Once again, they started down a little bit, and just ever since about that 20-minute mark in the first half, it was all France. I really thought Finland would come back a little more. They only scored a very close amount of points about the first half and the second half. I believe they scored actually one more point. They were held really scoreless for about the last 15 minutes or so of the bout. And France, just great defense once again. They've shown that all throughout the tournament. Finland, a lot of heart, but France gonna skate away with the win here and go home and you know, help their seeding a little bit for next time. All right, well, for our producer, Noisy Lagrange, my name is Champ Unkind.
And I'm Psycho Daiko.
And you all at home have a decent day.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Men's Roller Derby World Cup live from Calgary, Canada. My name's Panda.
Hey, and I'm Bob Noxious.
Well, we've just had two incredible games over on tracks 1 and track 2. Luckily for us, finishing simultaneously, pretty much.
That's right. We're not seeing double this time.
Over on track 1, we had Team England taking on Team Canada. Team England taking the win, 236 to 123. Over on track 2, we had Team Finland versus Team France. Team France taking the win, 265, playing Finland's 85. So we know what we're going to be looking at for half of our games tomorrow, who the competitors are going to be. We're going to get the bracket information up on the screen and talk you through some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, England really playing incredibly well. I thought this game would be closer. I think England, in my mind, was probably the team that had performed a little bit better during the opening rounds of the tournament. But it's such a convincing win. And then as we take a look at the other side of the bracket, I'll admit I just didn't think Finland had quite enough to be able to.
They had a strong start though, but
they did.
For about 15 minutes of the first period, but then they just, I think due to a few penalties, they just lost a bit of momentum, and France just whipped the advantage up.
And the thing is that France has just been an absolute monster out there all weekend. And with the point differentials they put up against a lot of good teams, it was going to be a hard fight.
So the bracket that you can see on your screen right now is the championship bracket. So we start on the left-hand side, and you can see the games that we had right away this morning. Team Canada taking the win against Team France, 206 to 169. Team England taking the win over Team Finland, 378 to 60. And then Team England and Team Canada advancing to the game that we've just seen over here on track 1. We started on track 1 at 11 o'clock with USA Argentina. USA taking the win at 490 to Argentina's 45. Team Australia and Team Wales over on track 2. Australia taking the win over Wales with 359 to 96. The next game that we're going to see over on track 2 it's going to be the Argentina-Wales game, but you can also see at the top there that over on track 1 we're going to have USA-Australia. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's really hard to say, but based on the performance of both of those teams, I don't know that you can say USA is a lock, and I wouldn't bet the total farm on that.
So we already know that Team England are going to be playing for the trophy for the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. And if it is that we see the Team USA go through again like we did in 2014, it's pretty much going to be the same kind of matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be exactly the same thing.
Okay, so just toward the bottom you can see that we've got a couple of different games on there. We've got Finland and France that we had just over on track 2. France taking the win, 265 over Finland, 85, taking Team France through to play for 5th place tomorrow at 3 p.m. on track 1. Team Argentina and Team Wales yet to play, so we don't know who's going to be taking on Team France yet. But 7:15 over on track 2, we're going to start that game. We already know 3rd place is going to be Canada versus somebody.
Yep.
So it's all to play for. We've got 7th place game at 3:15 tomorrow. That's going to be Team Finland versus the loser of the 51st game so far. Hopefully we'll have the bracket up for the consolation games as well, and we can give you a bit of information about them, because we've talked a lot about the championships. We haven't really gotten through this like for an awful lot of it. Let's start on the left hand side, going down to Japan and Netherlands, what we saw this afternoon. 304 Japan to Netherlands 138. That was a crazy impressive game.
I'll tell you, there's probably not been a more emotional moment in this World Cup, and we've seen a lot of emotional moments between Birmingham and here, but Japan was just, Bubble turned to me and all he could say was, finally. He says it's taken us 4 years of work to get to this point. and they were all emotional. And I'll tell you, the Netherlands did nothing but hug them as hard as they could and congratulate them.
So that's going to be out the Team Japan game versus Team Chile is going to be our first game on track 1 tomorrow. Chile taking the win with 247 over Team Spain, which was 116.
And I tell you, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, we're going to kick the day off with that one. Over on track 2 tomorrow morning, we're going to see Team Netherlands versus Team Spain. That came out of the games that we had from the earlier on today. On the other side, on the right-hand side of the page, you can see that we've got the 9 and the 9:15 games over there as well from this morning. So we had Team Ireland taking on Team Puerto Rico. Team Ireland taking the win with 230 points over Puerto Rico's 95. Puerto Rico put up a good fight with Team Ireland.
Yeah,
they really did.
absolutely.
It was impressive. The 9:15 game that we had over on track 2, we had Team Germany winning that with 202 points versus Team Italy's 154. The most points that Team Italy has put on the board so far, and they played their hearts out as well.
And the best game that Germany's put together in the entire tournament.
Absolutely. So that takes Team Germany over to track 1 to play Team Ireland tomorrow morning. And we've still got Team Belgium, Team Sweden to play out, Team Netherlands, Team Spain, Team Scotland, Team Mexico, Team Puerto Rico, Team Italy, and we've also mentioned Team Japan, Team Chile, just doing the derby direction way around the bracket there.
Yep, absolutely. The one team I just want to stop and just say, I tell you, I talk about the guys that have a lot of heart, and that is Team Spain. They come here with a really small roster, about 10 guys rostered, and I know they struggled in their last game, even though it was close to start with, because they were down to just about 3 players at the end.
So that game was quite pivotal for Team Spain. We had 9 foul outs.
Yep.
And for the last 6 minutes of the game, they only had 3 skaters on track.
Yep.
That's insane. Have you ever seen that? I spoke to Dr. Stevel after the game, and he told me there was 124 penalties to deal with in that game. That is just incredible. So they kept the NSOs incredibly busy during that game. 124 penalties. I don't think I'm ever going to see that in a game again.
Let's hope not.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, Team Spain didn't seem to have many skaters on the track at the end of that, but the ones that were still there, they were fighting incredibly hard.
Yeah. Actually quite impressive for their first time into the tournament.
Absolutely. Okay, so we will be heading over to both of our tracks again soon for the final games of today, starting with Team USA, Team Australia on track 1. Like you said before, it's tough to call. I think I would quite like Team Australia to win that because I want to see a different matchup in the final.
Well, I think everybody just, when it comes down to sports, everybody loves the underdog.
Yeah.
And so I imagine there's a lot of people out there thinking the same thing.
Team over on track 2, teams Argentina and Wales playing.
I think that's going to be Wales' game. I think Wales has been more consistent, as hard as that is for me to say. Love the guys from Argentina, but I don't know. It's if they play up to their capability, which they did against Italy yesterday, it's going to be really close. But their jammer fouls have been crazy ridiculous, and they've given up seriously 6 to 10 power jams probably every game, and they just can't continue to do that. Wales is too good for that.
Mm-hmm. So we know tomorrow we're going to have Team Finland playing for 7th place, Team France playing for 5th place, Team Canada playing for 3rd place, and then England in the final. And the other games that we have here will determine who they're going to be playing. So stick around because they've got 2 more games.
And we are going to come back and we will let you know how that bracket fills out before we go home.
Absolutely.
And fall asleep really fast.
Please do get in touch with us using the hashtag MRDWC. Get in touch via Twitter. The guys on the house feed are reading out the tweets, so you can get in on that. If you want to look at any live updates or have a look over any of the documents that we've seen on the screen today, please go to mrdwc.com. Give us a shout out. Let us know what it is where you are, what you're doing, what time it is where you are. Thank you, everybody, for staying up ridiculously late wherever you are in the world,
exactly.
or getting up ridiculously early. we are here in mountain time over here in Calgary. You know, 7 hours behind the UK, and you know, many more behind everywhere else in Europe that people are staying up and watching this.
But the good news is, when you do go to bed, it's 9 o'clock again tomorrow morning. Mountain time.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget to make sure that you check the time difference wherever you are. Use the hashtag MRDWC to get in touch with us. Updates and information from mrdwc.com. My name is Panda.
And I'm Bob, as far as I know.
We really miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear. Hang out for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you with the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
A lot of very impressive people in roller derby. This was definitely a proud moment for me, wearing the black, white, and red.
I care about this thing more than I care about any other article of clothing in my wardrobe.
This represents to me like 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Glitter is fun and hardcore. I've learned that it's hardcore.
My uniform is always in pristine condition.
My truck is purple, my shoes are purple, my underwear are purple.
It takes a lot of drive and a lot of passion to keep going in roller derby.
Sometimes when you play roller derby, you're just kind of like, why am I doing this? This is so weird.
I just can't imagine that I'd get more kicks like playing golf than I do hitting a you know? Feels good.
My name is Rachel Rotten.
My name is Midge Wilhelm.
I'm Fifi Nomenon.
I'm Jackie Daniels.
My name's Steph Maney.
Hi, I'm Scald Eagle.
And S1.
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 And S1 is part of my uniform.
Hip, whip, don't trip, clap the pack. If you block the flock, then I can jam the track. Quads on the floor, styles on the head. Roller derby logbook, the zebra said. Yeah, we rollin', yeah, we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling up the jam till the next jam starts.